Welcome back, everybody, to the Minnesota Twins franchise on MLB The Show 18. We're about to begin the biggest series of this series, with 4 games on the road against Cleveland, 2 games back in the AL Central. The playoffs are not yet underway, but for Minnesota, they might as well be, because we have fallen far from our first place standing, and now we are playing just for the chance to make it to the postseason. I was wrong last episode. If we win 3 games against Cleveland, they would still have a tie with us in the division. So the only way we can win the division outright right now is for a 4-game sweep on the road. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but going and tying at the division would force a game 163 scenario. I believe that's in the show. I would have to assume so. I'm not sure exactly. But we're also in a very heated wild card battle, and nothing is certain right now. It's such a tight battle between us, Cleveland, Boston, and New York. So let's get into it here. The Twins at 87 and 71 get a runner aboard for Paul Goldschmidt, who immediately pops it up to first base. Nothing there. Goldschmidt number 2 in average this year in the AL. That brings up Miguel Sano as Bauer looks for the quick inning, and Sano's going to take him out to deep center field. A 2-run homer into the trees as the Twins take the early lead. If we're going to pull off the sweep, we need stuff like this to happen. Twins trying to extend the inning. Here's Nelson Cruz striking out. Overall, Bauer just had 1 bad pitch, and we took advantage of it. On the mound for Minnesota, here we have one of our trade deadline acquisitions, Mike Foltynewicz, opening the day against Jose Ramirez, the All-Star, who pops this up to deep short, and that's caught by Josh Harrison. Here's a look at Cleveland's lineup, by the way. No one over 300, but pretty solid all the way through. And the fact that they have 3 switch hitters toward the top means it's hard to get a good advantage over their best players. Here's a walk drawn by Tyler Naquin, then Francisco Lindor the other way past third base into left field. And there's Naquin rounding second, and he's thrown out by Eddie Rosario. Eddie had the big outfield assist last episode, outstanding work by him. And then Carlos Santana grounds into the force out, and the Twins maintain a 2-0 advantage. Let's go top 2, 2 down. Eddie Rosario gets the breaking ball and can't do much with it. That's a pitch we normally destroy, but Rosario grounds out. Bottom 2, Edwin Encarnacion hitting .256 this year, and the knuckle curve from Foltynewicz puts him back in the dugouts. Top 3, Charlie Blackmon up for Minnesota with a 1-out single the other way. Very similar to the one Lindor had. Blackmon toward the top of the American League in just hits. Paul Goldschmidt up there with him. Yunel Escobar up next, and he'll line out to second base. Escobar batting in the 2 spot in this game, followed by Paul Goldschmidt going up the middle. The speed from Blackmon, he'll round second, and unlike Naquin, he is safe. Runners at the corners for the Twins, and Sano, who homered earlier. Now a good cutter from Bauer. And a perfect curveball on the outside corner, nearly impossible to hit. Let's go bottom 3, 2 down here for Cleveland, and Jose Ramirez with a liner through the middle. A 2-out single puts a man on for Tyler Naquin. 0-2 count, and a ground ball that sneaks through the right side. 2 straight singles, and that puts Francisco Lindor at the dish. 0-1 count, and hammered out to right center field. 3 straight hits with 2 outs. Lindor drives in 1. Here comes Naquin, and it's a tie game after the 2-out rally. We'll go bottom 4 now. Leading off is Jason Kipnis. And here's a laser out to left field right at Rosario, who can't squeeze it. Very rarely do you see a drop like that. You don't want to give this lineup free base runners. Edwin Encarnacion out to deep left. Makes Folty pay. 2-run homer off that hanging breaking ball, and suddenly it's 4-2 Cleveland. It's been really up and down for Folty since we acquired him. He's had a lot of bad outings and then some really good ones with very little in between. Twins now playing from behind against Bauer, who settled in following the Sano home run. But Charlie Blackmon gets his second hit, going out to left center field. Thought about 3 here, but he holds up at 2. Here's Yunel Escobar hitting over 290 this season. He hits it off of Bauer and off the ricochet. They have no play at first, so runners at the corners. And here's Goldschmidt. Bauer attacks up high, fouled back. 0-2 count, and the changeup low gets him. Big strikeout for Trevor Bauer. Now a chance for Miguel Sano. Hanging breaking ball on the first pitch, and Sano grounds out routinely. Cleveland still ahead. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Volte's still in with a pretty good pitch count as he comes back with a knuckle curve to get the strikeout. Then a 3-2 pitch here to Lindor. Grounded softly to Goldschmidt. Volte makes it through 5. That's all he would pitch in this game. Top 6 for Minnesota. Here's Nelson Cruz. And he'll turn on one. Lifted out to left center field. Back and gone. Solo home run. Makes it a 1-run ball game. We call on the reliable Tyler Duffy here after Volte's outing. Facing Encarnacion. A strike on the outside. 1-2. He goes upstairs with the cutter. Big strikeout. And that's when Cleveland also goes to their bullpen, as we did work some counts against Bauer. So here's Boone Logan into the game here in the 7th. Blackmon with 2 hits already. 3-2. Untouchable there. Just a tough at-bat for Blackmon against the lefty. Bottom 7, Duffy still on the mound. And here's Lonnie Chisenhall going down swinging. Really good fastball there from Duffy. He definitely seemed on his game here as he strikes out Kurt Goldberg, the left fielder. Trying to make it a 1-2-3 inning. Not so fast. Pedro Severino gets it down in center. Buxton overruns it, and Severino can run around second. He doesn't have blazing speed, otherwise there might have been a play at the plate. That was the first hit of the year for Severino, and it gives Jose Ramirez a chance in a 1-run game. Fastball gets no call, and Duffy just loses him. So we go to Jeremy Jeffress before he makes another mistake. And here's a lifted fly ball out to right field. Jeffress does his job. Still a 1-run game, and the Twins got their best bat up in the 8th. Goldschmidt lifts it high in the air, but that's just a lazy fly ball for Goldberg. Once again, Miguel Sano up. First pitch swinging and into the shift behind second base. We got some pitches we liked here, but just couldn't do enough with them. Mitch Garver trying to get something going as he fouls back a fastball. Runner goes, and Garver strikes out. Twins running out of time here as Jeffress remains in the game, bottom 8. And Francisco Lindor liked that first pitch quite a bit. A fastball low in the zone, and the uppercut swing sends it out to the right field porch. 5-3 Cleveland. Later in the inning, runner on first, taking off for second and taking it with ease. Now the runner in scoring position for Lonnie Chisenhall, and he'll go the other way. Good hit to left field, and another run comes home. 6-3. A lot of pressure on Minnesota entering the 9th inning, facing Andrew Miller. He has the most saves in the American League and has an ERA under 2. Josh Harrison, good try. Right through the fastball. And Byron Buxton, same thing. Game over, Cleveland wins. The sweep no longer possible. All we can do is try to win the next 3 to force a game 163. If we don't win out, the wild card is our only chance into the postseason. Not much offense here for Minnesota, especially after the first inning, and this loss created a 3-way tie in the American League wild card. We're in trouble if we can't get some victories here against Cleveland. This is the most desperate we've been for some victories all series. So who do we go to in Game 2? Dallas Keuchel takes the mound for Minnesota, facing Jimmy Nelson, whose ERA is only a 5.14, so a favorable matchup for us. Twins got to get the bats going. Top of the first, Paul Goldschmidt, way out to left field. That's what we need. Another first inning home run. Hopefully a lot more to come, obviously. But there's the fast start once again for Minnesota by your potential AL MVP. Keuchel bottom 2 with 2 aboard, and Kurt Goldberg hits one out to deep right field, tracked down by Charlie Blackmon. That allows Cleveland to put runners at the corners. That brings up the young Zach Shank, who has no hits on the season, and Goldie's not letting him get one here. 2 down, and Yan Gomes out to right. Keuchel pitches himself out of this jam to keep Cleveland scoreless. We'll jump ahead to the bottom of the 3rd inning now. 2 down, and Francisco Lindor, the batter, battling here with Keuchel. No call on the changeup. So he goes back to the fastball and gets him on the inside corner. Strike 3, strike 4, depending on how you want to look at that. Let's jump ahead to the top of the 4th inning. Nelson again settled in like Bauer, but here's one down the line. Goldschmidt back with another extra base hit, in at second safely. He hasn't been the same Paul Goldschmidt after the All-Star break. He's still been really good, but it's great to see him play like this in a game so critical. Next, Sano gets hit, and then a wild pitch. What's going on here with Jimmy Nelson? Maybe he has a few more mistakes in him here. Bases loaded, Mitch Garver, back up the middle, it gets through, base hit. 1-run scores, Sano wants to as well, and he's thrown out at the plate. Maybe a head-first slide there would have worked out. But it's 2-0 Minnesota going bottom 4. But how about Jason Kipnis? Lefty versus lefty to the deepest part of the yard, and Buxton can't take it back. Home run Kipnis, number 22 on the season. It's 2-1 Minnesota. The score would remain that way going into the 6th inning. Now bottom of the frame, and this is stopped by Sano. Outstanding play at 3rd base. They got the show track here with the diving distance at 13 feet, and the throw, a nice 80 miles per hour. Big time defense there. 2 down in the inning, and here's Kipnis again. Another deep fly off of Keuchel. This one will stay in the yard, but definitely a big concern putting another runner in scoring position. And here's the power, Encarnacion. First pitch fouled off. 0-1 turns into 0-2. And Keuchel makes another mistake. Headed out toward the elevated fence and left, and it's off the wall. And then it goes into the wall. What happened there? You can see the ball bounce off the wall, bounce off Rosario, and then it disappears into the wall. It's a ground rule double, tying the game at 2 for Kurt Goldberg, who jackhammers one out to right field. It's gone! 4-2 Cleveland, just like the previous game. We went to Keuchel here out of order because we needed our best pitcher, but Cleveland's offense is just too much. Into the 7th inning, runner aboard for Rosario. He's trying to tie this game. Going the other way, this ball is caught right near the fence by Goldberg. 4-2 still. Byron Buxton now up. Green light with 3-0. Runner goes here, and that's sent to right center. Big time hit from Byron Buxton. One of his biggest this season. It gets the Twins 1 run back. Charlie Blackmon trying to tie it, and he gets walked to first base for Yunel Escobar. He climbed up the order again, hits this in the air out to right lazily. Twins still trail here going into the last couple innings. Bottom 7, Jake Reed comes in for Keuchel, and he gets the big strikeout immediately. 2-2 count. Goodbye, Tyler Naquin. And the 0-2 to Chisenhall. He strikes out the side. Jake Reed has the potential to just be so good. Top 8 Minnesota. It might be the last at-bat for Goldschmidt, and he doesn't do much with it. A 1-pitch ground out. Here's Sano with a 2-1 count. This is jammed to shallow right and falls in. We'll take it. We don't have many outs to work with. It's a base runner. So Nelson Cruz with one away. Being attacked inside here as he falls behind. Fouls off a good fastball. 2-2. In the air out to center field. It has some carry. This ball is gone. And the Twins take the lead. Number 36 from the Home Run Derby champion, Nelson Cruz with the biggest home run of his season. Imagine this team if we didn't make this signing late in the offseason, right before spring training. 5-4 Twins, Jake Reed still in the game. And with this fly ball to left, Reed makes it 2 1/3 scoreless in relief. That's big. So we go to the 9th inning looking for a little insurance. Eddie Rosario, that's a towering fly. Down the line, hooking, and it's caught. I was sure that was a solo home run, but it's only a 1-run lead going bottom 9 for Raisel Iglesias. Here in one of the biggest spots this season, there's a grounder. He'll race to the first base bag and makes the catch and the play. With one down, first pitch to Ramirez, out to left, that's down. Game-winning run, now at bat. Here's Shank with a slider low, he looks at strike 3. Down to their final out, Cleveland turns to pinch-hitting catcher Francisco Mejia. On the first pitch, Iglesias gets the foul ball. 1-1, slider gets the call. And with 2 strikes, there's strike 3, and the game is over. Twins win it with that come-from-behind home run by Nelson Cruz. That is a huge victory for us, everybody. I'll show you the standings here in a moment, but we had to get some big hits. We got them from Byron Buxton, we got them from Nelson Cruz, and a clutch bullpen outing for Jake Reed as he really earns this win. That leaves us with 2 more games this season. I know we're going pretty slowly here, but these games are so big we can't rush through them. So Lance Lynn takes the mound versus Corey Kluber in our next game. Now here are the standings. We're still down 2 to Cleveland, who have now clinched a postseason appearance. However, in the wild card, the Red Sox now lost a game of ground. They're playing against the Yankees in their last series. So, with that being said, they both can't get to 89 victories, but we can with 1 more, which makes the magic number for Minnesota's playoff hopes 1. If we win either of our remaining 2 games, we're going to the postseason. There's still a chance if we don't, but we are in control. And next episode, we'll find out if the Twins are indeed going to the postseason. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please smash that like button and leave some feedback down below in the comment section. What did you think of today's episode, and do you think this team can get it done? I'll see you next time. Have a great day.